On today's video, we're going to talk about a pigtail spring on an IMCA hobby stock and what the heck is going on. More on that when we come back. As I said, today's video is going to be about a pigtail spring on a hobby stock. So we want to start out by saying IMCA has DQ'd an individual, doesn't matter who, but they DQ'd somebody for a pigtail spring. Said it was a progressive spring or tapered spring. And in the rules, they said that's not legal. And the guy, as he's getting DQ'd, asked to see, he said he read the rules and he said it wasn't in there. So they showed him an official's handbook. And in there was a rule that said no tapered spring, no progressive spring. But the following Monday, he looked the rules up on the internet, such as I did, and I'll post that rule here. It didn't say anything about no progressive spring or no tapered springs or no pigtail spring. It may say something about progressive. I apologize for that. But it doesn't say you can't do it. I'll put that rule in the video here in a minute, and I'll post a link to it below. But that's what it said. And he got DQ'd for it. Well, the problem is we want it clarified for you guys. We want you to understand what's legal and not legal before you get DQ'd. So note number one, this is not a bash towards IMCA. Nothing. IMCA is very good at what they do. They're very good at their rules. They're very good at enforcing their rules. Okay. And on occasions, there may be a slip in the crack. Okay. Great people doing a great job. So don't misunderstand what this video is about. This video is to notify our customers, our YouTube viewers, that this is a possibility and we don't want you getting busted with it. So IMCA, I don't think is going to put out a video notification, so we are. In IMCA, you cannot run a pigtail spring in a hobby, regardless of what the rules say. It is not legal, okay? But it is not in the rule, and we would like to see it be added to the rule so it can be clarified. It is not a progressive spring, and it is the same spring that's stock in a Monte Carlo when they come from GM as a pigtail spring. So this is a pigtail spring, and this is why you use a pigtail spring, because it allows the car to be, or the spring to be tied down through the center without getting in the ways of the coils. That's the reason for a pigtail spring. We do not generally run pigtail springs. We run ground closed-in 13-inch springs for an IMCA car, but some people have chosen to run these springs, and for whatever reason, they've chosen to run them, and they like them, but they're not legal. Here's a picture of a progressive spring, as you can see, that has stacked coils on top and more separated coils on the bottom. That is a progressive spring. That is when the spring makes separation, and that separation gives you different rates. Okay, unlike a normal spring or any spring, we rate inch, 1+1. And the reason that we do that is the first inch is there to allow the spring to close. Okay, close is a term used by spring manufacturer of when the spring stops making rate. And in general, that close happens very quickly. It happens within the first inch. Often it happens much faster than that. It happens within the first couple hundred thousandths, but for safety reasons, they allow an inch. So you go an inch, clear the scale, go an inch, you got your rate. That's how we've been taught to rate a spring. That's a typical rating for a spring. If you was to have a progressive spring, it would have a rate through a certain amount of travel, and then the rate would change again, similar to this demonstration of a 600 to 1200 pound spring, where it clearly has two rates. Progressive springs are not legal in any class that I'm aware of on any car except for a pull bar, for a modified. But in this case, we're talking about a hobby stock. And hobbies and IMCA have to run a 13-inch spring. So this is the rules as it's written. And as you can see, it didn't say anything about progressive, or it didn't say anything about a pigtail spring. It's pretty clear on what the spring, on what the rule states. So I'll put a link below to the rule to IMCA's website. And all we're asking for is clarification of that rule. Yes, it is illegal. If you're running a pigtail spring, you need to change because you will get DQ'd. This isn't an argument about what's written or what's not written. Okay, IMCA has the leadway to do what they need to do with the rules, how they see fit. And if they say it's illegal, it's illegal, whether you like it or not. That's the rule. So the reason for this video is to give you notification that that is the rule, whether it's stated or not stated. It is the rule, and you will be DQ'd if you're running that spring. So again, it's not a bark towards IMCA. It's simply a rule that has gone poorly advertised, but it is a rule. So if you're running a pigtail in IMCA, you need to change because you will get DQ'd. If you have questions, call the shop. Like I said, this wasn't a bash towards IMCA. IMCA is a great group. So this is just a notification to our customers that this rule is in place, and you need to know that. So if you have any questions, call the shop. If you're struggling with your program in the hobby stocks, we have been phenomenal this year. We have done tons of stuff. Our program's really good. So give us a call at 620-326-3152, and we'll get you on a shock package that'll take you to the next level. So remember, guys, go fast, be good. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.